Father of the Bride is an American comedy film produced in 1991. This film is a remake of the original Father of the Bride film released in 1950. Directed by Charles Shire and produced by Carol Baum, Nancy Meyers, and Howard Rosenman, the film was released on December 20th, 1991. It has a runtime of 105 minutes, a budget of $20 million, and garnered $89 million in revenue. The main cast includes Steve Martin, Diane Keaton, George Newbern, Kimberly Williams, Peter Michael, Kathy Stewart, and Martin Short. The story revolves around George, a successful leather shoe manufacturer in California, and his 22-year-old daughter Annie, who recently graduated from a university in Europe. Annie returns home to announce her engagement to Bryan, a young man from a wealthy family whom she has known for only 3 months. Meeting the groom, after a heated discussion between Annie and Bryan, Bryan proposes to Annie in front of her father, George. However, George disapproves of Bryan and is reluctant to let his daughter get married and leave him. On the other hand, his wife Nina supports their daughter's engagement. Meeting the groom's family, Bryan's father, John, and his mother, Joanna, visit George and Nina. The families get along well, but George expresses his sadness and shock at his only daughter's engagement, knowing that she will soon leave for Europe. Meeting the wedding planner, George meets Frank, the extravagant wedding planner. As Frank outlines the lavish and expensive wedding plans, George becomes increasingly upset, especially at the per-head cost of $250 and the high invitation expenses. George attempts to sabotage the wedding. George goes to buy a suit for the wedding, only to find it ill-fitting and different from what he had chosen. Frustrated, he heads to the grocery store and, overwhelmed by prices, tries to steal some items, leading to his arrest. Annie bails him out, only to realize that he is acting irrationally to ruin the wedding. She pleads with him to stop disrupting the wedding plans. Dismayed, George recognizes he must accept his daughter's marriage and tries to calm down. Attempting once more to derail the wedding, George invites Bryan for a drink, intending to drive him away.